12 days into the Trump administration, we're in the second level of fascism. This is where Donald Trump orders his Department of Justice. He's now taken it over completely, having decapitated leadership, transferred long-standing career lawyers and staff who know what they're doing, especially when it comes to Donald Trump, getting rid of inspectors general. And now we're in phase 2. Fire the cases, get rid of all the cases, hide the evidence, both at the United States Supreme Court level, informing the Supreme Court that the new Trump administration is going to be backtracking and flip-flopping on prior positions of the Biden administration about already pending cases and appeal, and getting rid of and dismissing current cases like the one at Mar-a-Lago. That'll fix the problem that we had with Eileen Cannon making that ridiculous unconstitutional decision that the special counsel, Jack Smith, remember him? That the special counsel, Jack Smith, was unconstitutionally appointed by the Attorney General, that he wasn't an inferior officer, as that term is used in the United States Constitution, that he wasn't properly funded by Congress. First time in 257 years somebody made that ruling before, in violation of Supreme Court precedent from 1974. How do you fix that problem? I have an idea. Just dismiss the appeal. Dismiss the appeal at the 11th Circuit that the original Department of Justice's special counsel took, and we won't have to worry about that. And we won't have to worry about the case against either Nauta or Oliveira, his co-conspirators either. This is why we're never going to see the Mar-a-Lago report that was prepared and delivered to the then Attorney General Merrick Garland, sitting on the desk waiting for the new Attorney General Pam Bondi. It will be trashed. We can try through Freedom of Information Act request and the like, but we'll never get our hands on it. Here's Legal AF After Dark to give you more.
But I just want to round out what we're talking about here with the Department of Justice and just mention the Mar-a-Lago documents case, because that case is, just to remind everyone where it is, the posture is Judge Eileen Cannon dismissed it as to dismissed it as to all 3 of the defendants, and the Department of Justice is appealing to the 11th Circuit the dismissal. And the grounds for the dismissal that Judge Cannon gave was, she said, and she ruled for the first time in the United States, that the use of and the appointment of a special counsel is unconstitutional, it's invalid, it's unlawful, and you're not allowed to do that. And so as a result, she dismissed the whole case. She got the language arguing that it's unlawful, the special counsel, from Clarence Thomas's concurrence, where he essentially gave her this gift about special counsels. It was a concurrence in the immunity case, and so she had that, and she knows she has somebody who, if it goes up there, is on her side, that special counsels are unlawful and unlawfully appointed. But when Donald Trump won, Jack Smith dismissed the case against Trump because of the longstanding Department of Justice policy that comes from the White House, from the Office of Legal Counsel's office, saying that a sitting president cannot be prosecuted. Therefore, they dismissed the appeal against him, but they left the appeal open, hoping that the 11th Circuit would rule as to Carlos de Oliveira and Joaquin Nauta, knowing that Trump will ultimately dismiss the case. But they want a ruling that says, no, Judge Cannon's wrong. The use of a special counsel is not only lawful and valid. I mean, it's statutes that are passed by Congress. It's been used by Trump. He appointed special counsel, by Biden, and by all the presidents before them. This is something that is used regularly when you want to do something that's nonpartisan. So they were hoping that the 11th Circuit would rule on that, and instead, what has happened? Instead, the 11th Circuit didn't rule, and so Donald Trump, what are they going to do? They recommended dismissal to the court of these cases, which would make the appeal moot. Now, they have to ask permission of the court, because only a court can dismiss a case, but they're not, I think they want it dismissed. Now, it's fully briefed. The 11th Circuit could still rule and then dismiss it, but I don't know what's taken them so long. So that's the posture of the Mar-a-Lago documents case. So I don't know that we'll ever see the report, the special counsel report. Probably not.
I know. I mean, and that was the kind of ridiculous nature of why Merrick Garland didn't do it, because there was these co-defendants still there, knowing the co-defendants were going to go away in like a heartbeat, which they are. But the New York Times and other media outlets have filed a Freedom of Information Act trying to get that report. So unless they act outside the bounds of the law and destroy the report, even though you're not supposed to do that with government records, we will get it based on that Freedom of Information request. That can take a while, though. So we'll have to kind of wait and see if we ever see that or not.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so much national security classified information in the report potentially that I'm not sure that they won't, that if we do see it, it won't be all redacted with those black lines through it. Yeah. We'll see. You're right. It could take forever, but we'll see if that's actually a thing. I hope you're right. I'd love to see that report. So,
sure.
Because unlike the January 6th case that we had hearings, and we had the select committee did those hearings, and it had the motion that Jack Smith wrote that talked about how presidential immunity didn't apply to the superseding indictment, really spelled out the case and the evidence in extreme detail. So the report that came out there was nothing really new, with stuff that we'd already seen before. Mar-a-Lago has not had that same we haven't had the same benefit of that in that case. So that's one where the report, I think, would be extremely illustrative.
Yeah, and I think they wrote that report thinking it was going to get released. So hopefully it isn't all redacted.
I hope I hope you're right.
And maybe hopefully Jack Smith kept a copy, and if they destroy it, we'll
I was thinking that. I was wondering, I was like, I hope Jack Smith kept a copy, and
I mean, somebody hopefully did, or Merrick Garland.
Somebody subpoenas it, or I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. More to be revealed on that.
Exactly.
That was the midweek edition of Legal AF After Dark. Usually it's Karen Friedman, Agnifilo, and me, Michael Popok. There, because I'm traveling, as you can see, we had our close friend Dina, a great legal commentator, step in. Wednesdays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on this YouTube channel, and then you can pick us up on audio podcast platforms of your choice. We're growing this channel organically, both Legal AF, the YouTube channel, and Midas Touch. No outside investors. You are our audience. You are the network you've always wanted and the channel you've always wanted. We're doing this together because we got to speak truth to each other before we can speak truth to power. So until my next contribution on all things Legal AF, this is Michael Popok reporting. In collaboration with the Midas Touch Network, we just launched the Legal AF YouTube channel. Help us build this pro-democracy channel where I'll be curating the top stories at the intersection of law and politics. Go to YouTube now and free subscribe at Legal AF MTN. That's at Legal AF MTN.